Hello, my name is MJ Brown, and I'm a registered orthomolecular health practitioner, which simply means with the right molecule. So we look at the symptoms and we address the cause of those symptoms. So we go to the root cause. I'm also a member of the Academy of Naturopaths and Naturotherapists of Canada. And what I want to talk about today is acid reflux. So acid reflux is found in about 20% of the population. So it's very common. And what are the root cause? So where is it coming from? So it could be your diet, too much coffee, alcohol, fried foods, colas, could be cigarette smoking, it could be stress. There's a lot of different reasons why you would have acid reflux, but let's look at what happens in the stomach. So in the stomach, you have HCl. And HCl is hydrochloric acid, is what is needed to digest protein. So HCl digests protein. It does not digest carbs and fat in the stomach. So that's important to know. In 90% of cases, 90% of acid reflux is actually low HCl in the stomach, not high HCl like most people are under the impression. So reaching for an antacid might take care of the symptom in the short term, but in the long term can have some serious repercussion. Because let's say you look at a meal. So you have chicken, veggies, bread, and rice. You could have a glass of wine with that. That's another carb. So you have your carbs in red, your butter, fats in green, and your protein in blue. Your protein are the only macronutrient that's going to be broken down. So digestion is broken down. It doesn't mean absorption. So you are not what you eat, but you are what you absorb. So your chicken is what's going to be digested in the stomach because HCl stimulate pepsin, and pepsin is the enzyme needed to digest protein. Without HCl or with low HCl, you have low pepsin, you have low protein digestion. So what happens is your chicken will stay in your stomach, or your beef or your fish or your vegetable source of protein. They'll stay in the stomach longer than they should. So after about 45 or 35 to 40 minutes, your carbs now are supposed to be digested in the small intestine, same as your fat. So the fat and the carbs get digested or broken down in the small intestine, but they are still in the stomach because protein here, your chicken, is not able to be broken down because you don't have enough HCl to break it down. So then your carbs start to ferment. So if you've ever made wine, you'll know that when fermentation happens, there's gas production. So the gas production in your stomach starts to go up in your esophagus, along with the little bit of HCl, and that's your acid reflux. So the problem is not too much HCl, and by taking an antacid, could be Rolaids, Tums, Nexium, Omeprazole, Pepsid. There's so many antacid, they actually compound the problem. So the long-term problem about the use of antacid is you do not absorb your minerals, and that's where you're going to run into some problems along the way. So not only your proteins are not being digested, when they find their way into the small intestine, they will get broken down somehow, and the body will use putrefaction. And putrefaction is like a corpse decomposing, and it causes serious bad breath. So with poor digestion and not fixing the root cause of the acid reflux, why is it that you have acid reflux? So is it these symptoms? Is it too much coffee, alcohol, poor digestion, a lot of processed food, a lot of sugar? You're not eating a healthful diet. You have to look at what is missing in the body. You have to return what's missing. And what the body understands, it understands protein, fats, essential fats, carbohydrates. It also understands minerals, vitamins, nutrients, not ingredients that you can hardly pronounce that's found on processed food. So when it gets to the small intestine, because these have not been digested or have gone through a process that's not supposed to be, like carbs are being fermented. So when they get into the small intestine in a fermented state, they have the wrong pH. And you're going to have symptoms. So you're going to have bloat, gas, you're going to have cramps, bad breath. All of those are sometimes such an easy fix. It could just be, okay, what is the digestion in the stomach? What are the symptoms? So going to the root cause of what is causing these symptoms is a better solution for your long-term health. In my next video, I will explain why the importance of why you need to have proper protein digestion in the stomach. So I'll see you in my next video.